All right, very excited to share with you all today our sales agent powered by Salesforce Agentforce. This agent is very useful for organizations that are trying to help augment their sales process, help their sales reps with certain administrative tasks that an agent can handle. Things like managing a conversation with a prospect, answering clarifying questions based on knowledge or other data, that sort of thing, to then, ultimately do a sales rep handoff or actually go through the whole process of sending quotes and things like that, downstream. Um, so what you're seeing on my screen now is a lead record in Salesforce. It's important to note that it doesn't really matter what channel the lead comes from. It could be through website, it could be through chat, it could be through a social campaign, it could be something that's manually entered into the system. But you can set criteria to where the agent can then pick up the lead and start working that lead. So you'll notice in this case, the lead came in, and the first thing that goes out is just an email, just kind of an introductory email, asking the prospect, if there's anything they can do to help, that sort of thing. So tabbing over to my inbox, playing the role of the actual prospect itself. I see that I have this email here from the agent, and maybe I'm not interested in having a conversation with the sales rep yet. I want to get some clarifying information about the organization. In this case, I'd just be curious what's their pricing for their monthly maintenance contracts. So I'm going to go ahead and reply with that back to great. So now I've sent that email response. And so back in Salesforce, I can now look at that lead record, and you'll notice that the agent is now going to respond, and you can kind of set a predefined time frame in terms of when you want their response to go out. But now the agent has taken in the email, which was contextual, and then based on the knowledge base that we've given the agent access to, it can then respond contextually. So I'll just kind of show you what it's planning to respond. It's basically planning to respond, and this is coming directly from knowledge base of monthly service plans and kind of what's included across each service plan. And then you'll notice also it can set up a meeting link. This is tied directly to your sales team's calendars, whoever's going to be working and actually speaking with this prospect directly. They would have the ability to book a meeting, based on any kind of meeting calendar interface that you've seen. Very, very similar functionality there. So that's just a little snapshot of how an agent can manage a sales process. In this case, responding out to a prospect with an initial email, and then responding contextually, with information based on a prospect's question.